How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the predictions for Hell in a Cell 2016 on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. We are Canadian-based WWE podcast that reviews and discusses about the WWE and No Holds Barred on anything we say, pun intended. You can follow the podcast on Twitter and join in on the conversation by tweeting at No Holds Barred WP, as well as follow and listen to all previous episodes from the podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker, as well. You can tune into the Lowdown Show, Brand Wars, every week, where we review and discuss Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night SmackDown from that past week. Guys, welcome to the show. Going to review Hell in a Cell this week. A monumental and historical Hell in a Cell this Sunday, actually.
Very historic.
Now being advertised as the triple main event.
Bullshit. So now the women's match isn't actually going to be the last match.
Great.
That's what I heard.
That's bullshit.
It's technically a main event, but no, Vince didn't want the women to be the actual main event. I
hope so. There's nothing released yet, and we're hoping that the women's actually get to be the last match, and they just have the other two as labeled as main event as well. But yeah, Vince McMahon once again, no, we can't have that the main event. We have to have the other ones labeled. Can't forget about them. Heaven forbid, Vince, one pay-per-view, not one of the big four, is not headlined by a women's match. A historical one. First time ever in Hell in a Cell, Vince. Like, some of his decisions, man. It's like, what the fuck?
The main event in the last match.
Seriously. But here, the Hell in a Cell, our predictions.
Yep. So we're doing this a bit early, so we don't have the crappy pre-show matches.
Yeah. So, I'm your host as always. Self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters. Here with my co-host, as always, the blissful boss.
Thank you.
Mr. Corporate himself. Corporate Cappy.
Yep.
Yeah, we did an interesting show earlier in the week.
Yeah,
I like that. The WrestleMania Dream Card. I love that.
That was one of my favorite videos we've ever done, along with the Slammies are always my favorite.
So go check it out, guys. So yeah, Hell in a Cell. Yeah. So
we'll start off.
Let's get those the unannounced pre-show matches out of the way, which we're guessing are going to be the pre-show matches or be put somewhere on the card. Bayley versus Dana Brooke. Great.
Hopefully Bayley finally gets a win over here,
and we don't see another Dana botch
or
Dana botch match. Or an arm wrestling match. Oh my god! Listen to the Lowdown Show for that, guys, and I'll rant about that. But hopefully it's not that. So I see Bayley winning.
Yes, absolutely. Bayley's winning this.
Finally get a win over Dana Brooke, and then hopefully not feud with her ever again, because Dana can just go away, maybe go back to NXT. Get some more developing done, because Dana Brooke, you haven't impressed me lately.
I mean,
playtime is over.
You know how I feel about Dana Brooke. I got this weird fetish for her, but her wrestling ability is one of the worst I've ever seen. Yeah. The amount of botches that she does,
it's garbage.
She's got the look. She has the ability to probably do it, but she has not made it look good at all. No. She needs to go down and tweak some things.
Refresh herself. Yeah. Rebrand, repackage, everything.
Clean maneuvers.
Some clean, fresh maneuvers.
So, yeah, both have Bayley winning here.
Yep. So, into the other unannounced pre-show match, and it's probably going to be a rematch of what we just saw. Or
in some form, these guys will be involved in a match.
Yeah. So, Golden Truth and Mark Henry and Titus O'Neil with the Shining Stars.
So, either a Mark Henry versus Titus O'Neil match or a Golden Truth versus Shining Stars, and you're shaking your head.
I just don't care.
Because you did not watch this on Monday.
I literally, you'll hear on the launch show what I did, but I just don't care about this match. This could be like a pamphlet on a pole match or some stupid shit. I just don't care about it. It's useless. It's going to be the pre-show where, okay, I'm going to go get the pizza or something. Like, I just don't want to watch it.
I'm just happy to see Mark Henry again, but other than that,
for you, I guess. It's just fucking boring.
Titus O'Neil's new Titus brand, where Jericho called Dumb Brand.
Yeah.
Scarf.
If I picked a winner, I'd say the Shining Stars of Titus get a cheat win. They steal a match, they do something bad, cause a distraction or something. They hold the ropes.
If Mark Henry's in the match, I'm picking Mark Henry. If he's not in the match, I'm picking the Shining Stars.
Great. I'm glad we got that out of the way.
That was way for the
huge prediction. That was what I was looking forward to for this prediction.
You guys can start dropping like flies now. Those are the two predictions you guys wanted. You don't want to hear the rest of them.
Yeah, you guys want to hear. I'm just getting the show now. See you later, guys. Anyways, into the main card. We'll start off with the Cruiserweight title match. TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick. As we've seen, the feud is building pretty well. They last ended it on Raw with Brian Kendrick crying to TJ Perkins, asking him that he needs this so to purposely forfeit the title, which TJ Perkins will not do, hopefully. If they do, I'm going to be like, all right, this is definitely Vince McMahon stepping in saying, fuck the cruiserweights, let's just make it bad so everyone stops watching it.
If you listen to the Lowdown Show, I'll say that I did not like Kendrick losing to Rich Swann, but the promo after kind of made sense with him being all desperate and saying that he needs this match, and it kind of made sense. But I definitely have TJ Perkins.
Yeah, TJ Perkins retaining, and then hopefully maybe feud with Brian. I mean, it's hard. You could say that Brian Kendrick could win this match, and then maybe Rich Swann is the next in line, and then he feuds with Rich Swann because that way Brian Kendrick's a heel, Swann is a face. Or they could go the other direction, have Perkins win, and then someone else comes out of nowhere, like Drew Gulak or Tony Nese.
Just put Neville down in the cruiserweight division.
You could have two faces going at each other. Or Rich Swann versus TJ Perkins. I think people would be interested in that.
There's a lot of people they could have right now.
They had face versus faces in the cruiserweight tournament, so it's not like they can't do it.
Yeah. So they always shake hands before anyway.
Yeah.
So
trying to do something different. Trying to stand out with the purple ropes and purple everything.
But I expect Brian Kendrick to try and pull out all the stops in this match, saying that it's his last chance. They had like a promo for him. And
probably cries at the end again. It might be his last. We might be seeing Brian Kendrick's last match.
Well, I know he's a trainer now down. He was training Eva Marie, unfortunately.
Oh, great!
But I know he owns his own like wrestling school.
So maybe this is going to be it, and then he goes down and full time there. Who knows? Yeah. But I'm picking Perkins as well.
So. I think this would be a really good match.
I think it'll be good too. Cruiserweights are always a good match. I love it. So move on. Enzo and Cass versus the Club. Really shitty build up for this. I mean, two really good tag teams, and then they hardly had a build up. I mean, the most we've ever seen was this past Raw, and that was it. And they had the promo. They turned off their mics and did the entire promo without the mic. Had the entire crowd. That's how over Enzo and Cass are. The entire crowd do their promo for them.
Enzo actually has a tattoo of a microphone on his hand.
Jesus. I wonder if that's a recent tattoo.
He's had it for a while. People just never really see it.
He's a talkies.
Yep.
Smack talker Skywalker.
I don't. The sign in the crowd was fantastic. The cup of haters. Cup of
haters, and it had the club inside the cup.
Cup of haters. Cup of haters. Where do you have winning this match?
I think Enzo and Cass can take a loss here, so I'm going to pick the Club just to get the Club more credible again.
I'm going to pick the Club as well, actually.
Yeah. So
I think it's a non-title match. The Club will win now because they've been unsuccessful.
They haven't done anything in the last month and a half to even stay relevant. So I think a big win over Enzo and Cass, who are really popular right now, would do good for them.
So. They've been jobbing to New Day for the last month. And Enzo and Cass, like we said, they don't really need the titles.
Yeah. They don't need the win here either.
Yeah.
It is not going to prove anything. It's not number one contender.
The Club really needs this win because they're trying to say that they're the dominant team to take everyone out, but they've been losing.
So if they beat Enzo and Cass, they can be smart. It would be a smart idea will be for WWE to have the Club win here.
Yep.
If it doesn't, you know what? Good for Enzo and Cass picking up a huge win on the Club. Like the Club, people might not see it now, but the Club are really dominant and they're really, really established. So a win over the Club would be huge for Enzo and Cass as well.
But after this, where do these teams go from here? Like, does someone feud with New Day again?
They have to, because you can't have. Well, it depends. We'll get into that review and get there, but like we don't know what happens after this. They can't keep feuding. It doesn't make any sense.
They literally have 3 teams.
Well, you know what they can do is start preparing for Survivor Series. Maybe Enzo and Cass and the Club fight for the right to be in the tag team match, like the top 5 tag teams. So, but I mean, you don't really have to fight because you don't have that many. So
it'll literally be between Golden Truth and the Shining Stars for the last spot.
God,
unless
what
they
a
put
battle
Cesaro
that's going to
and
be.
Sheamus and I don't know, but either way. I don't know what they're going to do with the tag team division, but they're going to have to wait.
No, I don't know either. So move on to the first Hell in a Cell match, and we're hoping it's not the main event.
It's called the triple main event.
So one of the triple main events, whatever WWE, just pushing that aside. Roman Reigns versus Rusev for the United States Championship. It's probably gonna be a really good match. They've done a lot better in their promos in the last couple of weeks. One thing is that they've stayed away from the opening of the show, which was all right. I think this is gonna be a really good match, regardless of what I think of Rusev and Reigns. I think it'll be a really physical type of match.
Like we said, the Rusev's getting speared through the fucking cell.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. The spear's gonna happen. He'll get Superman punched to shit. I don't know if Lana's gonna be inside the cell or not. We'll have to see what happens with that. But picking a winner here, I'm saying Reigns retains.
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah. He's got to look strong to be in the top 5 for Survivor Series. He's going to keep the title.
Because him and Rusev have feuded enough, so now he's got to move on to another feud, and Rusev's got to move on, so this will be the last chapter of this, hopefully.
Hopefully. Keyword hopefully. I really don't want this to continue. I really don't.
What I do want more of is the Rusevs.
Yeah. The comic release of Rusev. When he's not trying to be that guy that just bashes America all the time.
We've seen that so many times over the years.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore. We need the funny Rusev to come out. Because I enjoy that, and I can get into Rusev when he bees like that.
The Rusevs. It was like a meme. The Rusevs is better than Total Divas and Total Bellas.
That's great.
So, yeah, I'm picking, unfortunately, Reigns to retain over Babusha
and have some
Rusev.
big-ass boos in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get hated there. Rusev's going to have a Rusev chant. Guarantee it.
He'll be the face in the match. It's going to be awful.
So we'll move on to the New Day versus the surprisingly slightly getting a bit more popular Cesaro and Sheamus team for the Tag Team Championships.
They did on Raw. It was just...
They've done the last thing with Facebook Live and this past Raw. My lord. Just
the finish was actually pretty good.
The surprising finish, though, the Cesaro and Sheamus picking up the win over the New Day.
They had to get this win to make them seem credible to actually... be able to
for this tag team match, titles. But putting that aside, I don't think they're going to win the tag team championships yet because I really do think WWE wants the New Day to pass Demolition's record and be the all-time longest reigning WWE tag team champions. It's just something the New Day can talk about and insert into their promos, right? So like it's going to happen.
Your longest reigning W.
Exactly. You know? So I as much as it'd be cool to see Cesaro and Sheamus be tag team champions and be those guys that hate each other as tag team champions, I don't think it's going to happen yet. And it just gives the New Day as well the spot of the number 1 tag team on the Tag Team Survivor Series roster. So
that's a good prediction, but I'm going to go with Cesaro and Sheamus on this one.
Whoa.
So I think that they will win the tag titles. Because for some stupid reason, they want Sheamus and Cesaro to be tag team champions. Why they even have them as a tag team, I don't know. But
I don't see it because I think they're going to split up Cesaro and Sheamus. I think if the rumors are true and the winning brand at Survivor Series gets 3 superstars, I think Cesaro is going to SmackDown. Yeah. That's why I can't see him having the titles yet.
For the podcast's sake, I don't want us to have all the same
predictions. Okay, so it's corporate pick. Corporate Cappy's got to have the corporate pick.
I'm picking corporate Sheamus on this one.
Shame
on us for watching you,
and shame on you for picking them.
Yeah, shame on
corporate
me,
pick.
I guess.
But you know what? I like it.
I'll just go with Cesaro. I love Cesaro, but we'll just go with Cesaro and Sheamus. Why not?
So we'll move on to the last 2 of the triple main event. We'll talk about Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins first.
Since, we should leave the one that's supposed to be the main event
for last. The actual best for last.
Yeah.
For the Universal Championship, there's a lot been going on in this feud in the last couple of weeks, and you can argue the fact that Chris Jericho has made it bland and really taken away from this feud. Yeah, it's true. I mean, they made it this past Raw. They made it all about Chris Jericho and his list.
Literally, the whole title is based around Chris Jericho and his list right now.
And I'm surprised he's not in this match in some way, like the special referee.
I think he will come into play at some point in this match.
I think he should have been the special referee for this match. And that way he can turn on Owens at this point. And then feud with Owens after that.
I think he'll try to come out and help Owens and end up fucking him over somehow.
Yeah. And Rollins wins.
Yeah.
As much as I don't want that to happen, I want my boy to keep the Universal title. I'm picking Rollins as well in this. And I think Chris Jericho is going to fuck over Owens. And they're going to feud. And I see the triple threat happening for the title at Survivor Series maybe or after. Or maybe on Raw.
Do they have a December pay-per-view? Do they have TLC?
No. SmackDown has TLC. Raw's getting Roadblock. Roadblock is becoming an official pay-per-view. Wow. And it's going to be Raw exclusive.
So you think the triple threat will be a Roadblock?
Probably, and then they're making TLC. I think they're making TLC for SmackDown. That way, the SmackDown women can do, like Raw's Divas are going to have the Hell in a Cell match. SmackDown's women are going to have the TLC match.
Yeah, it's time for the SmackDown women to step it up in a new match. It's not just Charlotte and Sasha all the fucking time.
So I think that's why, and I think maybe this triple threat will either go down at Survivor Series, maybe, because there's a lot of people that can put in a top 5 for top
especially
people.
For Raw.
Yeah, so who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Rollins.
I'm going with Seth rolls in.
He rolls in and wins that Universal title.
Back. Kevin Owens with a short title reign. I don't really like that.
I hate that. He's
but
my
the
boy.
way he won it the first time wasn't.
Yeah, I know.
It was kind of
really
cheap.
that
so
credible.
I'd like to see him win it I'd like to see him win it, cleanly next time.
Yeah, we'll see. So move on to what we think and hopefully is the main event of the show in the last match.
I keep hearing rumors that it's not going to be.
I hate that.
That's why they made it this triple main event bullcrap, so they can say that, yeah, we made Charlotte and Sasha the main event.
So
but realistically, we didn't.
But that aside is the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match, a historical match that's going to go down this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, that we're all going to be a part of. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the women's championship.
I'm definitely buying the plaque for this when it comes out.
Oh, I hope you do. If it was Paige, I would.
I don't think I'm buying the ring canvas one, but I'll definitely be buying the...
I might even get it too, man, just because it's the first Hell in a Cell match for the women's ever. This is so historical. People don't get it. And WWE obviously doesn't get it, but this is going to be the first time ever that these two women are going to be inside Hell in a Cell and set the standard for the women's division and just bring it to new levels.
People will look back 20 years and say, look at this, this was the first ever...
And we can say we watched it live. I would love to be there live, but we watched it live.
And it'll be in Sasha's hometown of Boston. I mean,
she's gonna the reaction alone is going to be incredible.
Charlotte's heat is going to be so good, though.
Yeah.
Charlotte's a great heel as it is. She's going to get even more heat.
Yeah. Like the last time Sasha was on pay-per-view in Boston was TLC a couple years ago, and
it was the fucking pre-show.
But the reaction she got just for that was insane, and that was just when people were filing in. I'm like, my God, can you imagine if this was a full arena?
And if it was actually the main event, people stayed for?
Like, that's why this should be the main event. Her reaction alone is going to set it over the top.
Like, in Boston, I think she'll get a bigger reaction than Owens and Rollins will.
Yeah.
Maybe not any other city.
Yeah.
But because it's in Boston, her hometown, I think they should have it as the main event. Any other city, I'd say, okay, it's not going to get over as the main event.
This match is going to be great. I can predict that we're going to see a lot of stuff that we haven't seen the woman done for, obviously, because it's inside the cell. But they're going to put their bodies on the line. I've been reading the last couple of weeks that Sasha's been training and getting more muscular and bulking up for this match so that she can take some spots. I hope Charlotte, too, she can get some spots taken.
I heard that Charlotte was... denied of her request to do one of her moonsaults off the top of the cell.
Top of the cell is a little ridiculous. I could see maybe if she climbed up like within the inner walls and did it from there into the ring.
I don't want her to do one.
I just don't want anything really bad to happen to these girls.
I don't want her to break her fucking neck or something.
Go far enough as is maybe to break the cell and you're on the outside, but don't do anything high risk like Shane McMahon-esque or anything like that, or Mick Foley.
Or like Mick Foley was flipping out on Raw about how they're
winding his ass off.
Yeah, that was a little over the top, but do you think they bleed in this match?
Do we see blood? I don't think from the head. I think from arms or any other part of the body, I think we see a little bit of blood, maybe a clip off an ear or something, but nose maybe. I see blood. I do see blood in this match. 100%.
I think that's why Vince doesn't want it in this match.
Well, Vince, you gotta like break barriers sometime. You can't just be boring and the same shit all the time. That's why people keep tuning out. That's why you get low viewership ratings. That's why you get pissed off IWC all the time.
With the whole women movement, like, it has no gender, really. It doesn't matter about the gender.
And they're being referred to as superstars now, so you have to let them be superstars.
You want things to be different. This is different. This is something groundbreaking.
Exactly.
I'm surprised you're going to get the plaque, because I don't think Paige would be happy about that.
You know what? I don't know where Paige... You know, Paige is being a spoiled brat right now. I can admit that. She's not looking at her career. She's looking at just...
For two people like us that are really behind the women's revolution, I think we have to get it.
Yeah. So, we'll get on to the prediction part. My pick is Sasha retains in her hometown of Boston. And I mean, I originally wanted it that she'd win the title here instead of on Raw. I don't know how they didn't make sure... Like, they knew the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view was going to be in Boston. Why didn't they just wait till then? Why didn't they have Sasha cheat win her way in the last title match? Like, have Dana come out again, or have maybe even, you know what, go as far as to have Charlotte beat Sasha clean.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why they didn't wait till now for her to win the title, because then you can make it the main event for sure. You'd send the crowd home happy with Sasha winning. You'd have confetti, do whatever you have to do.
Yep. No, they've given her both the title twice on Raw for some stupid reason.
So I don't know if they're doing that on purpose to make it hard to predict to win this, but I'm still going to go with your girl Sasha. She's definitely going to retain and continue on as women's champion.
Man, I want to pick Sasha, but knowing WWE and how much they fuck people over in their hometowns, I want to say Charlotte's going to win this match. But I'll say Sasha retains, but I'm like
you won't
literally
be surprised.
On the fence of Charlotte winning this match. because I think that they would do that route of fucking someone over.
Here's a thought. Maybe it goes to no contest. Maybe they're both injured enough in this match. The referee finds that both of them cannot compete anymore, and then they call it off. And that's how Sasha retains.
Maybe someone Can they call someone up or sign somebody?
Nia Jax, where the hell has she been? She's been on Superstars. Yep. Maybe she interferes in the match.
Maybe she comes in and
just destroys them both.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
But I don't think they would end it like that.
No.
But yeah, I think my girl Sasha's going to win.
They'd end it like that if it wasn't the main event.
Yeah. Because apparently they're not good enough to be the actual main event.
Yeah, apparently.
Which
way to go, WWE.
They really
fucked that up. They fucked that up hardcore.
If you want to see what they're capable of, let them try it.
Exactly.
It's Hell in a Cell. It's not like it's one of your main four where it's gonna kill the ratings if you fuck up on the main event.
They got so much heat for that. For on Twitter and stuff, they got so much heat for labeling it as now the triple main event. People got really mad.
And you want to talk about bad endings to major pay-per-views, SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton.
That was the worst ending I've ever seen.
Awful.
Brock Lesnar was even worse this week on Raw, which we'll get into in the Lowdown show.
But I don't know. It should be the main event. They should. I think both these girls have earned the right to actually main event a pay-per-view without it being a co-main event or triple main event.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think they'll steal the show with this Hell in a Cell match and have Sasha retaining in Boston.
It's good. So interesting Hell in a Cell card. Probably the most interesting Hell in a Cell self pay-per-view we've had it since its debut.
I mean, Taker Lesnar was
okay,
but the rest of the card,
yeah. So that's gonna wrap it up, guys, for our Hell in a Cell 2016 predictions on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. We are your Canadian-based WWE podcast that reviews and discusses about the WWE and No Holds Barred on anything we say, pun intended. Be sure to check out the Lowdown Show Brand Wars every week on the podcast, where we discuss and review Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night SmackDown from the past week, as well as the Sunday Night Heat every Sunday, where myself, Kyle Masters, rants and discusses on trending topics in the WWE. Remember, you can follow the podcast on Twitter and join in the conversation by tweeting at NoHoldsBarredWP, as well as follow and listen to all previous episodes from the podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. We're everywhere for you guys, and wherever it's easier and easy and convenient for you to listen to us. So easy twice there.
And we want to know your predictions.
So send us your predictions. Leave a comment in the YouTube section. Send us your predictions on Twitter. We'd love to hear it, guys, and chat wrestling with you folks. As always, I'm your self-proclaimed greatest host, the glorious Kyle Masters. I am always continue to be joined by my co-host, Mr. Corporate himself, the blissful boss, Corporate Captain. And we will see you on the Lowdown Show.
No one can hear me scream.